I'm Scott Morrison. I am actually from, not here. So we are from Vidalia, Georgia. Where is that, someone asked. Right dead in the middle between Macon and Savannah. And yet we're in the middle of a bunch of onion fields. And so that's how we're known. But one thing that we're becoming known for, in our area especially, is whisper. And so we're excited tonight to be able to come and share with you how this small town in rural Georgia got to be connected with the big mission and vision of what Whisper is doing. Our principal in our school had a vision. He had saw Whisper being done when he was in Adairsville at the middle school. So when he came to our area, he knew at Vidalia High School, where he was the principal, he needed to make a cultural impact and change. He didn't know who in our area at the time to reach out to. I've been working with students for over 25 years. I've dedicated my life to students. And where Brian, you heard him say that we're in the middle of a mental crisis, I say we're in a mental disaster, where there's so much going on in students' life, and I didn't have the answer. I didn't know how to help the students that were coming to me. And we were not, as adults in our area, finding solutions or finding the help. And so they were just there alone. And so our school system at Vidalia High School, that only has 700 students, I think that's some of your like ninth grade. Our whole high school only has 700 students, but our principal wanted to make a difference. And so he came to me and asked me to look into Whisper. And it was just a crazy way of, I don't even know how circumstances I end up in Roswell at Crazy Love Coffee. And I just did a plug. I hope that's okay. It's great coffee. But there I met Brian Davidson, and Brian and I, it was like I was looking in a mirror. Someone so passionate, except for I'm just a lot older, but I just saw someone like me who was so committed and dedicated to not just talking about this generation, about how horrible they are, about really making a change and an impact. Because he believed that this generation could literally change the culture that we live in. And I had that same vision. And so I started learning how we could do Whisper, how I could take Whisper from these schools in this area, and I could go down to Vidalia and make a difference. So as we're there in Vidalia, we began to start a little group. I took 12 leaders, and the principal actually told me this. He said, I'm going to let you just run in the background for a little bit, but eventually I want Whisper to be the DNA of our whole school system. I don't want it just in the background. I want it to be everything. We're going to drive Whisper through everything we do, every event. So he actually gave us a classroom every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. I get to meet with 12 students and teach them the Whisper principles. And we did our first Whisper. We did the first 40 days. It was an amazing time. We go into the new school year in 2024 excited. Now we have a better classroom. We can now use it however we want to. We're still doing it at the same time, 40 minutes every Wednesday. And we go in now, not with 12 students, but we have between 20 and 30 students. So we just teach these leaders the Whisper principles. And then we just started watching the sparks go off. And we were getting ready. We were doing our first 40 days. We had 250 students at Vidalia High School signed up for the 40-day test. Again, 600 students, 250 are doing the test. That's pretty good numbers. They're excited. We're beginning to see growth. We're beginning to see things. We're beginning to see great movement. We decided we're going to have our first event. It's going to be a Whisper fifth quarter. And so we're getting ready for this event. And I don't know if you watched the news, what happened to southeast Georgia. This hurricane came through the week of our Whisper event and pretty much destroyed our whole town. And so here's what I would also like to say as I talk about impact. I watched our Whisper family now that we've created. Coaches and leaders and people that we are now connected, Brian has connected us with. We watched Whisper now love on our community and send us money and send us gifts to feed people and to help people. And we were without power for a long time. And the Whisper at large came in and treated us and helped us like family. So that's just a bigger picture of what Whisper does, that it creates community impact. And it's a bigger network of people where we can all help out. So I just personally want to say to those of you leaders and coaches and teachers and just people involved with Whisper that helped us from our little town in Vidalia, Georgia, we say thank you. Thank you for loving us at our darkest time. So thank you for that. So when 2025 came, we just had one thing after another. I mean, we had like a huge snowstorm in Vidalia, Georgia. Like, what in the world? Like, locust, are you next? Like, what's next? And so we were literally just trying to figure out how we could take Whisper to the next level. Again, they want us to be the DNA of the school. Well, Brian said it, the one thing that I've not yet figured out was this thing is supposed to be, he said it, the secret sauce, student-led. I need to find an igniter, someone that can come into our school and lead these students. And so we just started trying to find that leader, continuing to teach them, trying to figure out ways to do it. And so in a minute, he's going to come and share, but recently what we were able to do, before I finish, we have two more phases. Last week, we actually took all the teachers of the schools, of Vidalia City School, the high school, and we taught them all the Whisper principles. So now they know how to lead Whisper in their classrooms. They all have smart cards that they're using in their classrooms. On Monday, we're presenting it to the school board, and then we will be in all the schools, hopefully middle school and high school, and then other schools in our area. So you're seeing all that you giving tonight helps us in South Georgia just blow Whisper up. And that's what we're doing right now. But here's where it really started to ignite. A senior at Vidalia High School named Liam McGregor, and he's going to Auburn. Don't hold that against him. There you go. Okay, that was actually incredible. I did not know that was going to happen. But anyway, we're so excited for Liam. He's just one of those students. He's our kind of igniter, activator for Whisper at Vidalia High School.